The good news about LLMs is that they can output anything. LLMs can be expressive, they're responsive, and perform really well at a lot of varied tasks. But the bad news about LLMs, it's also that they can output anything. The randomness and variety that an LLM can produce can make your pipelines or agents unreliable and unsafe. You can run the same things lots of different times and get different results. So in general, working with LLMs is all about walking this tightrope. It's about making them able to respond to all kinds of different outputs, but doing so in a safe and stable way. Hi, my name's Charlie. I'm an AI engineer at Relevance AI. Previously, I've been a data scientist at Quantium, currently researching AI at UNSW. So in this session, I want to give you some strategies on how best to walk this tightrope. In Relevance AI, you have agents and you have tools. I'm going to give you my very opinionated tips on when to use each. From my experience, tools are best used when they have one specialized job, where if you pass it one input, you get the same output. Agents, on the other hand, they are the decision makers. They get to decide what tools to use, when to use them, and how to handle those outputs. I've found tools really good when they're really specialized, and agents are really good when they are very broad and have a lot of things to choose from. An example of this might be a researching agent. You want to be able to find anything on the internet. It might be from Instagram posts, LinkedIn, or just a Google search. It is feasible to make a tool that can do all of these three things by itself, but that's going to be really hard to debug and introduce a lot of complexities. But if you had a tool for each of these things, had a tool for an Instagram scraper, a tool to search LinkedIn, or to make a Google search, and give each of these tools to one agent, suddenly you have this really broad behavior that can do a lot, but also this really specialized behavior that's really good at doing one particular task. Point number two is that LLMs, really hard to debug. I'm going to give you some strategies now. What I've found are really helpful ways to debug. First of all, don't try to do too much in one step. The longer that the prompt is, the more mistakes the LLM is likely to make. Like talking to a person, if you just info dump, it's going to be really difficult for them to try to work out what you actually want them to do. If you have something really complicated, break it out into separate LLM steps and put them all together. Another tip that I found really helpful is chain of thought. This is prompting the LLM, think this through step by step. What this is really helpful for is that one, it'll often produce better answers by thinking it through. And the other added benefit is that you get some insight into the LLM's brain and what it's thinking and where it might be going wrong. If you get an output which is wrong, look through what it's thought through and try to prompt it in a different and a better way. As someone who's building these agents every day, I'm particularly passionate about debugging and testing these agents. I find if I can do these two things well, I understand what the LLM's thinking, and it makes it a lot easier for me to get them to do what I want them to do. What I've found really helpful for this is getting a really good testing suite. I highly recommend starting with building your test cases. For example, for my researching agent, I would have an input and a list of all the actions that I would expect it to take. If I wanted to research myself, I would expect it to first look up me on Instagram, and then look me up on Google, and then look me up on Facebook, and then give me back an output. Having these test cases documented allows you to make changes with confidence and allows you to quickly identify where and why the LLM might be going wrong. Awesome. That's it from me. Thanks so much for watching.